When was the last time you looked around your living room and thought, I just don't have the energy for this today? A few weeks ago, I remember sitting in my favorite chair, tea in hand, looking at a couple of plates in the sink, a sweater draped over the arm of the sofa, and a few crumbs on the coffee table. It would have taken maybe 10 minutes to clear it all, but my body felt heavy, like moving through molasses. It wasn't laziness. It wasn't falling behind. My body was simply having a slower day. And that's when I realized, cleaning doesn't have to be an all-or-nothing marathon. You can keep a home you love, even on the days you have almost no energy. When we're over 60, keeping up with the house can start to feel like a test we're failing, especially on the tired days. But the truth is, your home doesn't need perfect. It needs kind maintenance that works with your energy, not against it. Because the fear isn't really about dust or clutter. It's about feeling like we're slowly losing control of our space. Like one day, someone else might decide it's too much for us to manage. In this video, I'm going to share 10 gentle cleaning hacks that even the most tired day can handle. No heavy lifting, no scrubbing marathons, just small practical things that keep your home feeling fresh, calm, and yours. I've had those days where the thought of doing it all made me want to do nothing at all. These hacks saved me from that spiral, and I promise they're easier than you think. And at the very end, I'll share the one nightly habit that has quietly made the biggest difference in my peace of mind. Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching from, and how has your energy level been lately? We read every single comment, and your story might be just what someone else needs today. All right, let's start with the easiest hack, the one you can literally do without even standing up. Hack 1. The couch side clutter sweep. Have you ever sat down after a long day, ready to relax, only to realize the space around your favorite chair or couch feels crowded, messy, and almost claustrophobic? There's a cup from breakfast, yesterday's newspaper, the TV remote hiding under a scarf, maybe even a pair of reading glasses you thought you'd lost. It's not that you're lazy. It's that life leaves little traces wherever you spend time. And when you're tired, the idea of getting up over and over again to deal with each stray item can feel impossible. Here's the simplest fix I know. Keep a small basket or tote right beside your seat. Once a day, without standing, just gather every stray thing within arm's reach and drop it in the basket. No bending for each piece, no walking back and forth. Then, when you're already getting up later, to make tea, to stretch, to head to bed, carry the basket with you and return everything in one easy trip. My neighbor Joan, who's 74, told me she used to spend half her energy just standing and sitting while trying to tidy. Now she says, I sweep it all into my little basket, take a breath, and enjoy the quiet view. It's like a reset button. And she's right. Clearing your immediate space makes you feel calmer without draining your energy. The truth is, clutter in the spot where you rest isn't just physical. It's mental noise, always whispering that you're behind. This habit silences that voice. If you're looking around right now and see a few things out of place, maybe today's the day you grab a basket and try your first couch side sweep. You can do this too. And once your view from the couch is clear, you'll be ready to freshen up the surfaces that seem to collect dust when you're not looking. Hack 2. The seated surface wipe. Do you ever feel like cleaning your counters, coffee table, or side tables requires a big effort? Standing for long stretches, bending to reach corners, hauling out sprays and rags? That image alone can make you postpone it for days. But here's a gentle truth. Most surfaces only need seconds of care if you catch them regularly. Keep a pack of pre-moistened cleaning wipes, or even better, a damp microfiber cloth in a zip bag, right where you sit. Once or twice a day, without standing, just reach over and give the surface nearest to you a slow, simple wipe. That's it. No big movements, no hauling supplies, no scrubbing. My Aunt Millie, who's 71, started doing this at her kitchen table. She told me, "I don't have the knees for marathon cleaning anymore, but I can still make my table shine while the kettle's heating." And she's right. It's about weaving care into the moments you already have, not forcing a whole production out of it. Over time, these little wipes mean crumbs don't gather, dust doesn't settle, and you never face that dreaded big clean. It's a quiet, ongoing kindness to yourself and to your home. And the best part? It builds a habit of noticing and tending without the pressure to finish everything. If you've got 5 minutes right now, maybe pick one table or countertop and give it a gentle wipe. Feel how that tiny act changes the room's mood. You can do this too. And speaking of mood, our next hack keeps your floors feeling fresh without the exhausting back and forth sweeping. Hack 3, the waiting minute tidy. Have you ever found yourself standing in the kitchen, waiting for the microwave to beep, the kettle to boil, or the toast to pop, and just staring at the floor? Those little pauses happen all the time, and most of us just let them slip by. But they're perfect pockets for a gentle cleanup. The waiting minute tidy is simple. Whenever you're waiting, use that minute to pick up 3 things out of place, wipe one small surface, or toss out something you don't need. No rushing, no bending too much, just a quick, intentional use of the time you're already standing there. My friend Carol, who's 70, told me she used to feel frustrated watching those seconds tick away while waiting for her tea. Now she says, "By the time my water's ready, the counter's clear, and I feel like I've done something good for myself." That's the beauty of it. These micro moments stack up. They make you feel in control without overwhelming you. And they also chip away at that quiet fear many of us have, the fear of losing our ability to keep our homes in order. This way, you stay ahead, one tiny pause at a time. If you find yourself waiting today, try it. 3 things back where they belong, 1 surface wiped, 1 little piece of clutter gone. You can do this too. And once you see how easy it is to clean while waiting, you'll love our next hack, because it turns cooking into cleaning time without stealing your energy. Hack 4, the cooking while cleaning habit. Do you ever finish cooking a meal and feel too tired to face the mess you've just made? For many of us, that's the moment when dishes pile up, counters get sticky, and the kitchen starts to feel like a chore instead of a comfort. The trick is to clean as you go, tiny actions that keep the space under control without pulling you away from the stove. While the soup simmers for 5 minutes, rinse the cutting board. While the pasta boils, wipe the counter. Waiting for the oven timer? Load a few dishes straight into the dishwasher or soapy sink. My neighbor Linda, 73, used to leave the whole kitchen for later, but later often meant the next day. She told me, "Now, when the food is ready, the kitchen's almost clean. I can actually enjoy my meal without that shadow over me." This habit isn't about working harder. It's about letting small, easy motions replace the big, exhausting cleanup at the end. It also answers that quiet longing many of us have, to end the day with both a full belly and a peaceful space. And when you practice it, you'll realize the kitchen no longer owns your evening. You do. If you're cooking today, try adding 1 or 2 small cleaning actions between steps. You can do this too. And if you think that's freeing, just wait until you see the next hack. It helps you reset your home in the time it takes to make a phone call. Hack 5, the Bommel tool swap. Why bend if you don't have to? You know, for most of my life, I thought cleaning had to feel like a little workout. Bend here, twist there, climb on a chair to reach the top shelf. But lately, I've realized that kind of thinking comes from a time when my body could bounce back without a second thought. Now, after 60, the cost of one wrong bend can be a sore back for days. And here's the thing, cleaning doesn't have to hurt to be real cleaning. That's where the tall tool swap comes in. Instead of forcing your body into positions it doesn't like, you bring the cleaning to your body. Use a broom with an extendable handle that can glide under the couch without you kneeling down. Get a duster with a telescoping pole that can reach the top of cabinets and ceiling fans without making you stretch on tiptoe. Even something as simple as a mop that swivels fully can save your shoulders and hips from twisting. My friend Helen, who's 72, told me with a grin, "My broom is my best friend. It saves my knees." And she meant it. She used to dread cleaning her kitchen floor because it required so much bending. Now, she can sweep it without even leaning forward, and she finishes without a single ache. For her, that's more than convenience. It's independence. And that's a fear many of us carry quietly, the worry that one day, pain or stiffness will stop us from being able to care for our own space. But the right tools can push that day far into the future. They give you back control, not just over dust and dirt, but over your comfort and dignity. So, if you've been avoiding certain chores because they hurt, maybe today's the day to make a simple swap. Trade in that short-handled broom for one that meets you where you stand. It's not taking the easy way out, it's making a wise choice that keeps you moving freely. You can do this too. And now, let's move to a hack that's almost too easy to believe, but it works every single time. Hack 6, the sock duster trick. What can an old sock do for your shelves? More than you'd imagine. I stumbled into this trick one day when I was dusting and couldn't find my usual cleaning cloth. I slipped an old, clean sock over my hand, thinking it was just a temporary fix. But by the end of the day, I'd dusted half the living room without even realizing it. Here's how it works. You put the sock over your hand like a mitt. As you walk through your home, run your hand along shelves, chair rails, picture frames, lamp bases, any surface that catches your eye. The fabric grabs dust easily. No spray or heavy equipment needed. The magic isn't in the sock itself, but in how it makes cleaning effortless. I often do this when I'm on the phone with a friend, one hand holding the phone, the other just wandering across surfaces as I chat. It doesn't feel like cleaning. It feels like multitasking in the gentlest way. By the time the call is over, my home looks a little brighter. There's a lady I know from church, Margaret, who told me, "Dust makes me feel like the house is slipping out of my control, but this I can handle." That's the quiet fear so many of us have, that the little things will pile up until they feel bigger than us. The sock duster flips that fear on its head. You're not setting aside an hour to dust. You're folding it into moments you already have. And the best part? When the sock gets dirty, you just toss it into the wash and use it again. No extra expense, no extra fuss. Next time you're heading past a shelf, grab a sock and try it. You might be surprised how much lighter your space feels. You can do this too. And if you liked this one, you'll love the next hack. It keeps your home looking fresh all week without a single deep clean. Hack 7, the midday reset. Have you noticed how the day can slip away? And by evening, every surface looks just a little more cluttered than you remember. That's where the midday reset comes in. It's not about cleaning your whole home. It's about giving it a quick, gentle breath of fresh air halfway through the day. Around lunchtime, I take 5 to 10 minutes to walk through my main living space and put things back where they belong. The newspaper on the coffee table, the cup I left by the armchair, the mail that's been sitting on the counter. I started doing this after visiting my neighbor, Mrs. Turner, who's 74. I noticed her home always felt calm, no matter when I dropped by. She told me, "I do a little sweep after lunch. That way, the day doesn't get away from me." It made so much sense. She wasn't waiting until she was tired in the evening. She was resetting before things piled up. There's a quiet fear here that many of us don't talk about, the worry that mess means we're slipping, that we're losing our ability to keep up. But a midday reset flips that script. It's a gentle, doable habit that keeps your home looking cared for, without ever needing a marathon cleaning session. And personally, I find that when I do this, I enjoy my afternoons more. I can sit down to read or watch a show without that nagging feeling that I should be tidying. It's a gift to my future self. So maybe today, after your lunch or tea, try a little reset. 5 minutes, one lap around the room. You can do this too. And now let's move to a habit that makes every movement in your home count. Hack 8. The No-Backtrack Path. Do you walk from the kitchen to the bedroom empty-handed, even though there's something in one room that belongs in the other? The No-Backtrack Path is about turning every trip through your home into a small act of tidying. If I'm heading to the bedroom, I'll grab the book from the coffee table that belongs on my nightstand. If I'm walking toward the kitchen, I'll take the empty glass from my desk. It's such a small shift, but it changes everything. My friend Eleanor, who's 71, told me, "I never go anywhere in my house with empty hands anymore. It's my secret to keeping things in place." And she's right. This habit means you're never adding extra steps or extra strain. You're just using the steps you were already going to take. The unspoken fear for many of us is that cleaning has to be this big, exhausting event. But the truth is, your home can stay tidy if you build it into your everyday movements. The No-Backtrack Path works especially well on low-energy days because you're not cleaning. You're simply carrying a little something with you. From my own perspective, it's one of the most respectful habits you can have for your body. No bending for long stretches, no standing for hours, just tiny moments of care woven into the rhythm of your day. So next time you walk through your home, look around. Is there one thing you can take with you to where it belongs? Try it today. You can do this too. And up next is a hack that will keep your home looking guest ready without lifting more than a finger. Hack 9. The nightstand cleanup. Is your nightstand the last thing you see before you sleep? And the first thing you see when you wake? For many of us, it's also where clutter quietly builds. A stack of books we're meaning to read, a hand cream from 2 years ago, receipts, glasses, even the remote. The nightstand cleanup is about turning that small space into a calm, comforting corner because it sets the tone for both your nights and your mornings. Here's how it works. Once a week, maybe Sunday evening, take 5 minutes to clear it completely. Wipe the surface and put back only what truly serves you right now. A lamp, a current book, your glasses, maybe a photo that makes you smile. Everything else, back to its home or out of the house. I learned this from Mrs. Delgado, who's 70. She told me, "When my nightstand is clean, I sleep better. It's like my mind knows there's nothing waiting for me in the morning except a fresh start." That really stayed with me. The quiet fear here is that waking up to mess is like waking up already behind. But when your first sight of the day is tidy and intentional, it feels like you're beginning on your own terms. From my own experience, clearing the nightstand is more than cleaning. It's creating a gentle boundary between the day's noise and the night's rest. And it's such a small, doable thing. So maybe tonight, before you climb into bed, give your nightstand a little reset. You can do this too. And speaking of mornings, let's talk about the fastest way to give your home a fresh start before the day even begins. Hack 10. The 2-minute morning sweep. What if you could make your home feel instantly more welcoming in just 2 minutes? The 2-minute morning sweep is exactly that. Before you head out for the day, or before you sit down with your coffee, spend 2 minutes picking up anything out of place in your main living space. It's not deep cleaning. It's gathering the blanket tossed on the couch, straightening the pillows, stacking yesterday's mail, maybe rinsing the single cup in the sink. 2 minutes is enough to shift the energy of the room. I picked up this habit from Eleanor, who's 73. She told me, "When I leave my house tidy in the morning, it greets me kindly when I return." And it's true. The peace you create in those 2 minutes lasts all day. For many of us, the hidden worry is that if we don't start the day on top of things, we'll spend the rest of it catching up. This little sweep removes that weight before it even forms. Personally, I think of it as gifting my future self a warm welcome home. It's a reminder that peace doesn't take hours. It just takes intention. So tomorrow morning, try the 2-minute sweep. Set a timer, move with purpose, and watch how much better your day begins. You can do this too. And as we wrap up, let's tie all these gentle hacks together into one simple truth that will change the way you think about keeping your home. You don't need to scrub your home into perfection. You just need small, kind moments of care, the kind that fit into your life as it is right now. These 10 hacks aren't about keeping up with anyone else's standards. They're about keeping up with your own peace. Over the years, I've learned that a clean home isn't measured by the shine on the floor. It's measured by how relaxed you feel when you walk through the door. And when you're over 60, the truth is, energy is a currency we have to spend wisely. You've earned the right to choose what matters. Maybe for you, it starts with just one habit. Maybe it's the 2-minute morning sweep, or the nightstand cleanup, or the sock duster trick that makes you laugh while you work. Whatever it is, I promise, it's enough. You can do this too. And if no one's told you this today, you're not behind, you're not lazy, and you're certainly not failing. You're adapting. You're caring for your space in ways that care for you back. I'd love to hear from you. Which hack will you try first? Or do you have one of your own that makes life easier? Share it below. You never know who might read it and feel encouraged to start. Until next time, my friend, be kind to your space and even kinder to yourself.